This movie begins in an American city. The movie's name is King Kong, which was released in 2005. The film shows a terrifying giant creature that used to eat humans. But one day, he becomes fond of a girl and starts considering her as his friend. From then on, he protects her from every danger. He even saves her from dinosaurs. Now, without wasting any time, let's move into the main story of the movie. The story starts in an American city where poverty and hardship had spread everywhere. Many people could barely find food and suffered from hunger. During that time, there was a movie director named Carl. He used to make films, but no one was interested in watching his movies anymore. One day, he decides to travel to Skull Island. That island was known to be extremely dangerous and mysterious. No one had ever dared to go there, and those who did never returned alive. Carl believed that if he could record videos of the island and show them to the world, everyone would watch his movie because people were curious about the island's mystery. It was a very dangerous mission. So, without revealing the truth to anyone, he gathered the crew onto a ship and began the journey. When the ship reached the middle of the sea, Carl finally told the truth to his friend, who was also the writer of the movie. Carl said, "My friend, I don't want to lie to you anymore. Actually, I'm going to Skull Island. After reaching there, I will show the mysteries of that island to the whole world." And he says, if we can make that video, people will watch it with great interest. Then we will earn a lot of money. Because in this age of poverty and disaster, no one wants to watch the ordinary stories you write anymore. After hearing this, his friend Jack becomes very frightened because he already knew about that island from long ago. But unfortunately, a little boy overhears their conversation. His name was Jimmy. Later that night, during dinner, the actress of the shooting team, Lena, arrives there. She meets her favorite writer, Jack, and starts talking with him. On the other hand, little Jimmy keeps telling everyone that they are going to Skull Island. When the captain hears this news, he calls Carl to meet him. After Carl arrives, the captain says, "It is impossible for us to go there." But Carl keeps insisting strongly. Since they had already come too far, there was nothing much left to do. So, without stopping the ship, they continue their journey towards Skull Island. After some time, a letter reaches their ship. After reading it, everyone learns that an arrest warrant has been issued against Carl. In other words, the police are searching for him, and he will be punished if caught. After hearing this, the captain decides to turn the ship around and head back toward the shore. At that moment, Carl becomes extremely angry. He rushes toward the captain and says, "Why are you turning my ship around?" The captain replies, "There is an arrest warrant issued against you. If I help you leave this country safely, the police will take action against me as well. I could be imprisoned too. Along with you, I will also be punished. I cannot destroy my life at such a young age." After hearing this, Carl says in disappointment, "Then I'm finished." After that, the two friends stand beside the ship. Jack then shows Carl a map. On the map, there was a mysterious place completely covered in darkness. No one had ever discovered what existed inside that darkness. There was no information about that place on the map. In fact, that mysterious place was Skull Island. Suddenly, a powerful storm begins to rise. Because of the strong wind, the map slips from Jack's hand and falls into the water. Soon, thick fog and darkness surround the area. They can barely see anything in front of the ship. To guide the ship safely, they tie a rope to a stone and drop it into the water to measure the depth. While carefully moving forward, they eventually realize that the water has become very shallow. They quickly try to turn the ship around, but a gigantic mountain stands right in front of them. The ship is about to crash into it. At the very last moment, they somehow avoid the mountain, but the ship still gets hit badly. The calm ocean suddenly turns violent. The ship becomes impossible to control properly. The strong waves push the ship toward another massive rock. Eventually, the ship crashes into the rock, loses control completely, and gets stuck on top of a huge stone. It becomes impossible to move the ship from there. Because of the collision, one side of the ship breaks apart and water starts entering inside. The sailors desperately try to repair the damage and stop the water from flooding the ship. In this way, the night passes. The next morning, Carl realizes that they have truly reached the mysterious island. Around the island stood a giant wall nearly 100 meters high. After that, they take a small boat and head toward the island to explore it. As they continue floating through the water, they eventually reach the island. The horrifying sights around them make their bodies shiver with fear. Everywhere they look, there are human skulls and terrifying scenes that would shock anyone. Still, they gather courage and move forward. After walking a little farther, they discover many dead bodies hanging from wooden poles. Over time, the bodies had turned into skeletons. At that moment, they realize that a terrifying monster must exist on this island. Because when these people were killed, their screams must have echoed throughout the area. Fearfully, they continue moving deeper into the island. Suddenly, Carl notices a small child standing nearby. Wanting to be friendly, he takes out a piece of chocolate and walks toward the child. But unexpectedly, the child grabs Carl's hand, bites him, and quickly runs away. Immediately after that, the island's tribespeople appear from all directions. These were the same natives who used to offer food to the monster. They surround the group completely. Then, one of the tribal leaders attacks a young man from behind with a large wooden spear. The weapon pierces through his stomach from one side to the other, killing him instantly. Seeing this horrifying scene, Lena and the others scream in terror. Their screams reach the ship, and the sailors realize that the group is in danger. They quickly grab their weapons and rush toward the island to rescue them. Meanwhile, the tribespeople capture everyone one by one. They place Carl on top of a large stone, preparing to sacrifice him. One of the natives raises a giant spiked hammer, ready to strike him. At that very moment, the sailors arrive and open fire, killing several tribespeople on the spot. Seeing this, the remaining natives flee in fear. After that, everyone returns to the ship with Lena and the others. Soon, night falls. Now they must somehow remove the ship from the giant rock where it is stuck. To reduce the ship's weight, they begin throwing all the heavy equipment into the water so the ship can float again. But at that very moment, the natives secretly attack the ship. They kidnap Lena and take her away. However, one of their necklaces accidentally falls behind. Jack finds the necklace and realizes that the natives were the ones who attacked the ship. A little later, Jack sees something he was never prepared for. Suddenly, the door of Lena's room swings open in the wind. The entire room is a mess, furniture is broken, scattered everywhere, and the place looks completely destroyed. But Lena is nowhere to be found. At that moment, everyone understands that the natives have taken Lena away to sacrifice her to the monster. The natives then begin decorating Lena with skeleton ornaments, bird feathers, and strange bones. They place unusual accessories around her neck and prepare her as an offering for the creature. Finally, they tie her to a large bamboo platform to present her before the monster. Meanwhile, everyone from the ship sets out to search for Lena because Jack has already started developing feelings for her. On the other side, the giant monster reaches Lena and tries to grab her. Terrified, Lena screams loudly. The monster then picks her up and disappears deep into the jungle. Just then, the sailors and Jack arrive at the scene. But Carl secretly watches everything from a hidden spot. He silently observes the monster. Jack then says, "We have to save Lena. Come on, let's go into the jungle." After that, they all head into the jungle together. But the jungle is filled with deadly dangers at every step. Terrifying dinosaurs and monstrous creatures roam everywhere. After that, they continue walking through the jungle. As they move deeper inside, darkness slowly covers the surroundings. But the danger does not end there. Suddenly, gigantic dinosaurs begin attacking them from all directions. Fortunately, they have plenty of weapons and ammunition. Using their guns, they manage to kill several dinosaurs. Meanwhile, King Kong keeps running through the jungle while carrying Lena. By the time morning arrives, he finally reaches his own territory deep inside the jungle. It is actually a massive cave made of stone. Here, the term, palace, does not mean a real royal palace. Since King Kong is considered the king of the jungle, the cave is described as his royal place. After some time, when King Kong becomes distracted, Lena quietly gets up and hides behind a large rock. But when King Kong realizes that Lena is missing, he becomes restless and starts searching for her wildly. Eventually, he finds her again and brings her back in front of him. Trying to survive, Lena begins performing funny circus-like actions. She intentionally falls to the ground again and again. Watching this, King Kong becomes amused. He starts laughing and enjoys her strange behavior. After a while, Lena becomes exhausted and can barely continue. Yet King Kong keeps dropping her onto the ground repeatedly. Finally, Lena screams because she cannot take it anymore. At that moment, King Kong realizes that she is too tired. Feeling sad, he quietly sits down and moves away from her. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Lena escapes and runs deep into the jungle. On the other side, Jack and the others continue searching for Lena and eventually discover a gigantic footprint. After moving farther ahead, they encounter several herbivorous dinosaurs peacefully eating grass. Carl quickly begins recording videos of them because he wants to show these rare creatures to the world. Meanwhile, the movie's hero becomes terrified and runs away. Suddenly, terrifying carnivorous dinosaurs emerge from the jungle and attack the herbivorous dinosaurs. As chaos spreads everywhere, everyone starts running through the mountains and jungle paths to save their lives. So friends, how did you like today's story? If you enjoyed the story, then make sure to subscribe to our channel and stay with us, because the remaining part of this exciting adventure will be coming very soon on our channel. So don't forget to subscribe right now, like the video, and share it with your friends as well. Your single subscription motivates us to bring more amazing stories for you.